You had one of those days. The kind where you come home in the evening and just don't want to say anything anymore. Your bag drops to the floor. You sink onto the couch. And then she comes, without invitation, without announcement. Your cat jumps up on you, turns around once, and lies down exactly where the pressure is greatest. And after a few minutes, you don't even know exactly when it happened, you feel just a little lighter. No conversation, no advice, no "it'll be fine." Just fur, warmth, the rhythm of breathing. And you wonder, did she sense that? Did she do that to help me? The answer is both sobering and beautiful at the same time. Today you'll learn 4 mechanisms through which your cat changes your body without knowing it. And by the end, you'll never see her as just a pet again. Stay tuned, because the 4th mechanism is the one that surprised even scientists. There are 3 things you don't yet know about your cat, and they explain why you feel better after being with her. And the fascinating thing, she does all of this without understanding it, without a plan, without intention. That's exactly what makes it so real. The first, your cat's purring isn't music, it's medicine. When your cat purrs, she produces sound waves in the range of 25 to 150 hertz. That sounds technical at first, but what happens in that frequency range? Researchers at the University of Tennessee have shown sound waves between 25 and 50 hertz promote bone healing and reduce inflammation. That same frequency spectrum is used in physiotherapy to treat tissue damage. Your cat is literally a portable therapy device you never bought. And she carries it with her, everywhere, always. When she lies on your chest and purrs, she's treating you. Not consciously, not intentionally, but with precision. That's not coincidence. That's thousands of years of biology taking up residence in your living room. But hayray's something that goes even deeper. Purring measurably lowers blood pressure. That's not a claim, it's been measured. People who regularly live with cats have, on average, a lower risk for heart disease. A study from the University of Minnesota in 2008 followed over 4,000 people for 10 years. The result? Cat owners had a 30% lower risk of dying from a heart attack. That's not a small number. That's medically significant. And it's not just the purring. It's everything a cat changes in your life. Now comes the second mechanism, and this one surprises many people. Your cat regulates your cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It's useful when you're in danger. But chronically high cortisol is one of the biggest drivers of inflammation, sleep problems, and mental illness. When you stroke your cat, your cortisol levels drop measurably within minutes. At the same time, your oxytocin rises, the bonding hormone, the same hormone you release when hugging someone you love. Your cat triggers the same chemical reaction in your body as a person you trust. That's not imagination. That's neurochemistry. And that means, every time you stroke your cat, she gives something back to you. Something you might urgently need right now. But hayray's something most cat owners have never heard. This effect isn't fleeting. It accumulates. The more regularly you live with a cat, the more stable your baseline stress level becomes. Your body learns, here is safety, here is calm, here is contact without expectation. And it adjusts to that. That's conditioned regulation, and your cat is the trainer. Now I want to show you the third mechanism, the one you've already felt yourself, without being able to name it. Your cat gives you something no human can give you in that form, judgment-free presence. When you come home, on one of those days, your cat doesn't ask. She doesn't ask why you look that way. She doesn't ask what you did wrong. She doesn't evaluate. She doesn't compare. She doesn't expect anything. She's simply there. In psychology, This is called unconditional positive regard. Carl Rogers, one of the most influential therapists of the 20th century, described how experiencing this kind of regard is healing. Not metaphorically healing, clinically measurably healing. And your cat delivers that, without training, without method, without a plan. Simply because she is the way she is. Imagine this. Millions of people go to therapists to experience exactly what your cat offers every evening for free. That's not a replacement for human connection, but it's a compliment that's severely underestimated. A quiet, warm, purring compliment. And you know what the most beautiful part is? You don't have to do anything for it. You don't have to make an effort. You don't have to be special. You just have to be there. And she's there too. That's the pact you made, without words, without negotiation. Simply, here I am, here you are. That's enough. Now I come to the fourth mechanism, the one that surprised even researchers. Cats have an effect on the microbiome. That sounds absurd. Let me explain. People who grow up or live with cats have a measurably more diverse gut flora. This is connected to the microorganisms that cats bring into a home. And a diverse gut flora is one of the strongest protective factors against depression and anxiety disorders. The research on this is new, but the direction is clear. The animal in your home changes not just your mood, it changes your biology. At the cellular level. That's not what anyone expected when they started researching cat behavior. But that's just how it is with cats. They keep surprising us. So you don't just live with a cat. You live with a biological system that responds to you, even when it doesn't know it's doing so. A system that regulates you, stabilizes you, comforts you, and heals you. Without a single conscious decision. And that's perhaps the most fascinating thing. She doesn't do it for you. She just does it. She just is. And you are the one who benefits. That's not a betrayal of the purity of this relationship. That makes it even more real, even more original. A relationship that heals, not because it's designed to heal, but because it's genuine connection. And I want to tell you something now that I consider the most important thing in this video. There are people who live alone, truly alone. No family nearby, no close friends, just daily life, coming and going. And in those apartments, sometimes a cat lives. And studies show, these people have a significantly better health status than expected. Not because of diet or exercise, but because of this one small, purring creature. That changes something about how we think about loneliness. Maybe you're never as alone as you think when there's a cat around. Maybe that's the deepest proof that this connection matters. Now let me ask you a question. Do you sometimes think you take more from your cat than you give her? Many cat owners wonder about this. But research suggests cats also benefit from this relationship. Their stress hormone levels drop when they interact with people they trust. Their heart rate slows when they sit in the lap of someone they feel safe with. They become calmer too. They become healthier too. You take something from each other and give something to each other. And neither of you knows exactly how much that is. That's one of the rarest forms of exchange I know. No bill, no expectation, no accounting. Simply reciprocity, silence, body warmth. When you come home today and she's there, you now know more about what's happening in that moment. In you, in her, between you. Your blood pressure drops, your cortisol falls, your oxytocin rises. And somewhere in your gut, something tiny is happening that slowly changes your biology. All of this happens in a minute, sometimes faster. All of this happens without anyone needing to say a word. Because the best connection sometimes needs no words. And your cat knows that, in the only way that counts, instinctively. The next time you come home after a hard day, watch her. See how she reacts. See if she comes. Not with expectation. Simply watch. And if she comes, then you now know what's happening in that moment. In your body, in your brain, in your chemistry. She's healing you, without knowing it. And that's exactly the most beautiful thing about it. Write us in the comments. Do you have a moment where your cat healed you without knowing it? An evening, a morning, a night where she was simply there, and that was enough. We read every single one. Because each of these stories shows this connection is real, it's measurable, it's precious, and it deserves to be seen.